Hey, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Tylord, and I am back again with more Let's Play Project Ascension. I'm dubbing this the Rutherford's Nightmare Ironman Challenge. This is episode 2, and we are jumping straight into some combat. I'm just outside of Keranos, where I have to be killing crag boars, young black bears. I have a couple different quests that require boar ribs and young bear furs, or I should say thick bear furs that we can get from the young black bears. So you can probably already tell that this episode I recorded a little differently than episode 1, where I was playing live and I had my webcam on while I was playing. This episode, I didn't really feel like having my webcam turned on. I didn't want to get my microphone out while I was playing, so I was just playing, and then I decided to come back and record the commentary over my gameplay. And at this point I was thinking, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to speed up this footage that you're watching now. As you can tell, it's obviously the playback is 1x speed. I didn't speed it up or anything. I just thought maybe people didn't want to sit around and watch a 15-minute long video of me basically killing the same exact type of mobs over and over again. But I assure you, only about the first half of this video is me actually killing young black bears and crag boars before I move on to wendigos, and I think that's pretty much it. I kill 3 different types of mobs this entire video, so it's a little slow going, it's a little repetitive, some might say boring, but hopefully you guys are enthralled with the gameplay, with the footage of me trying to kill these mobs, these basic ass mobs that are the exact same level as me, and I can really only take on one at a time, and even then I almost come close to dying a couple times. My damage is really only melee attacks and Ren and Consecration, and that's about it. I gouge every now and then, but that barely does any damage. And if I have Rend on the target, and if they're standing in an area with Consecration, the gouge is interrupted. And we ding, we get our next ability at level 12, and it's Recuperate. Recuperate at level 12. A rogue finishing ability that restores, what, like 3% health over 3 seconds, and then each additional combat point that you have on the target, ranging from 1 to 5, increases its duration. So I'm really only going to have 1, maybe 2 combo points maximum on the target because of gouge in any given fight. So Recuperate is honestly the worst, one of the worst abilities I could have gotten, one of the worst rogue finishers I could have gotten. I think anything, pretty much anything would have been better. Expose Armor, Slice and Dice, Eviscerate, anything would have been better than Recuperate, except maybe I think there's a rogue equivalent to Recuperate that instead of restoring health, it restores mana. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like there's a mana equivalent ability that Project Ascension added. So we don't get anything good. It's still back to killing bears and boars because I'm still not quite finished with these 2 quests I have. I need the boar ribs for the deer-basted boar ribs, obviously, and then the other quest I need chunks of boar meat, which I have already. I already have enough of the chunks of boar meat, but I still need the thick bear furs. So at a certain point, I think after the next couple mobs, I'm gonna head back and turn in the 1 quest I do have. But my strategy for these crag boars, I could let you in on a little secret. They start off with a charge ability that lasts about 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds. So with a ranged weapon, opening with a ranged weapon allows you to obviously be max range from the boar, and then you can run away after you engage in combat with them, because if they have the buff, the charge buff, their next damaging ability deals like 100% extra damage or something like that, or has like increased critical strike chance, one of those 2 effects, and it would hurt. It would hurt a lot, especially in nightmare mode where I take 3 times more physical damage. So I think this is our last mob we fight here before we go back and turn in one of the quests we have. So I've been showing everybody, I've been showing you all me looting all the mobs too, so you can see what kind of gear I'm getting, which at this point is nothing. Nothing good to write home about. So there's the Rhapsody Malt you have to buy from the innkeeper. in Keranos and the Keranos Inn, and then we could turn this quest in and get a nice chunk of experience, but we're not quite level 13 yet. We get there eventually. I'm heading down into the valley, into the Grizzled Den is one of the quests I actually have, and we need to get Rumble Shot's armor. Although the quest, the Grizzled Den, is actually about killing Wendigos for their mains. But while I'm down here, you can get Rumble Shot's ammo, not armor, excuse me, Rumble Shot's ammo for one quest. And in the meantime, we can kill more of these young black bears for their thick bear furs that we still have not quite finished a quest for. But rest assured, we get the last bear fur eventually. I don't think it's this kill, but this kill I do hit level 13, which is nice. Every time you level up, obviously, mana and health goes to 100%. But at 13, we don't get a new ability. All we get is another talent point that we can put into one of our talents, which at this point, I think I'm putting my points into Improved Gouge so that the cooldown can be reduced. I can use it more often, and then the effect lasts just a little bit longer. So with 2 points into that, a full 1 extra second of incapacitation on the target, and the cooldown goes from 15 to 11 seconds. So there's the ammo, and I will be heading to turn this quest in now, but along the way I still need to kill at least one more bear, and mayhaps this is the last bear I need to finish this quest. Spoiler alert, I think it is. But this is the strat. I mean, you shoot him a couple times with your ranged. You can go for a gouge immediately and then get another ranged attack on them, and that puts 1 combo point on the target. Lay down a consecration, get a rend immediately on the target. You can gouge again. It's going to get broken because of all the dot damage I have on the target. But then we have 2 combo points, so we can recuperate. And for 6 seconds, we get plus 6 health like every second, which is like plus 30 healing. It's not that great, but there it is, thick bear fur. I cut away. Let's turn in this ammo. We get a nice chunk of experience. A little cutscene starts happening, but I'm just going to cut away so we actually don't see all of the ammo. Rumble Shot's ammo brigade happening. We're back at Steel Grill's Depot. We turn in the other quests we have, the bear furs and the chunks of boar meat. And right now we're really close. We're at 90% of the way to level 14. So I figured, you know what? Let's try and kill a couple mobs. Just a couple mobs to get ourselves to 14 and get a new ability. But little did I know, I was unaware that these boars are going sicko mode. They're going ham on me, if you pardon the pun. But we get dangerously low. 9% health. We only have like 40 health right here. And the boar is absolutely coming for the kill shot. None of these mobs are helping me. None of the NPCs, I should say, are helping me with this mob. They're just watching this poor little dwarf, this poor little silly champ, get absolutely ravaged by this boar. And I think what happens is, somebody had mentioned this before when I was live streaming, I think every time you gouge a target or a mob, it resets their aggro radius or their threat or something like that. So each time you gouge them, it's almost like you can gouge them and make them chase you throughout the entire world if you just keep gouging them, because you can't like actually keep running away from them. It's just resetting their aggro radius. So here's the last boar we need to kill. And you will see here the very first ability we're going to take is actually common. I wanted to see what this legendary ability was. It was Hand of Protection. Obviously, we can't take it. So I go for the very first one, and it's Wrath, an actual good ability. The game has finally thrown me a bone. We get... we learn new ranks of Wrath all the way up to rank 3. We get rank 2 of Arcane Intellect. And now we have Wrath, and we can just spam Wrath, and look how easier it is to kill mobs. It's still, I wouldn't say like completely easy just yet. Like, it's not a total breeze. We don't do enough damage with Wrath spam that the mobs still get to us eventually. But that'll all change in a second. Wrath is an absolutely amazing ability, and the game definitely threw us a bone there. I changed my main stat from Strength to Intellect, as you can see here. But it's just Wrath spam at this point. This is what I think I mentioned earlier in the start of the video that this it gets a bit easier for me, and this is what I meant. And this third mob drops a medicine staff of the owl, plus int, plus spirit, plus spell power, and 10% spell haste because it's a staff. The game has decided enough is enough for Silly Champ. He's actually gonna be a champion now. He was just being a silly little boy, but now he's an actual champion, and now we can just wrath spam our targets down. It takes about 4 wrath casts to kill each of these Wendigo mobs. My mana pool's looking pretty good because intellect is now my main stat. We do need to stop and drink every now and then, but for the most part, we can just breeze through these mobs now. If they get close to us, now we have to watch out for this patrolling mob here. But when they get close to us, I mean, we can just finish them off with melee. We still have Rin. We can gouge them and run away, cast Wrath again. So this build has gone from 0 to hero with 1 ability. All it takes is 1 good ability, and that ability is Wrath. And eventually, you'll see later on, I start putting my talent points into Wrath-associated talents. Now, one thing that it's already too late for this run. I'm probably not going to go ahead and add an extra challenge to Rutherford's Nightmare Ironman challenge. But one thing that Rutherford mentioned in a previous live stream was to do a run with no talents as an additional challenge. Now I'm already doing a handicapped version of spell drafting, deck drafting, by only being allowed to take the very first ability each time I level up and get a new ability, a new choice of 3 abilities. So I think with that in mind, I'm not gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna say no talents. This isn't gonna be a no talent run. I definitely need talents because as strong as Silly Champ is now, just because I have a staff and I have Wrath to spam, eventually mobs are gonna get harder to kill. And unless I keep getting good abilities, I'm going to definitely need talent points to buff up at least Wrath. So we're almost done with this quest. We've been at 7 out of 8 Wendigo mains for a while. And for all the cutting around I've been doing for this episode, all the cutting here and there between kills, I've actually shown you guys every single mob I've killed this episode. I haven't cut out any mobs I haven't killed. So me killing all these mobs, I still need to kill about half a dozen more mobs to get the very last Wendigo main. This is taking forever. Now I actually don't mind it taking forever because I can just spam Wrath, and these mobs are dying. They're dropping like flies. As opposed to before, you guys can tell the staunch difference between me having to take a full ass like minute to kill a mob, and then now that I have Wrath, they die in about 4 casts, which is like 12 or 15 seconds, which is pretty fast. So eventually we will get the last main. We'll turn the quest in. And then that'll be pretty much the end of the episode. But for now, we still have more to do. So another reason I was taking quite a bit of damage earlier on in the onset of this video was because my gear was absolutely abhorrent. I still had the Recruit's shoes, which had plus 0 armor to them. So eventually I replaced those. I start actually getting good drops, like Warrior's Pants, and I get a cloak that has like maybe plus 2 stamina on it or something like that. So we are replacing our gear with stuff that actually has armor. And now we are getting armor, uncommon armor, green armor, that has stat points on it that will actually help us with survivability even more so than before. And I didn't want to venture too far into this Grizzled Den. I think there is, and there it is, ding, level 15. We're not quite done. I actually forgot we dinged to 15 before we finish this quest. I think this is the last Wendigo main that we need to collect right here on this mob, and then I'll cut away and turn the quest in. But I didn't want to go too far in the Grizzled Den just because I know that the mobs respawn pretty quickly. I just wanted to stay at the mouth of the cave. So you can see here I'm dumping points into Starlight Wrath and Nature's Majesty, and that is going to increase my Wrath critical strike rating by about 11%. So hopefully that will help us with more Wrath spam. And that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. I appreciate you. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the future if you like this style or if you like me playing live and commentating live with the webcam, because I can do either or. I'm very flexible. But until next time, as always, I hope y'all stay classy and peace out.